Hey guys.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Be So For Real podcast.
Oh my gosh, guys, these are our new microphones. We're very excited.
Yes, guys, we've seen the comments.
We've seen the comments. We've seen them loud and clear, especially on the last episode. Bitch, people were like, these are awful microphones. Like, literally, somebody said that they got like deaf, I think, and they were like requesting that we pay them for their medical bills. I don't fucking know. But we're sorry, guys. It was crazy.
I saw that one comment where it was like, guys, have you tried at least using your regular microphone?
Oh yeah, somebody said use an Apple Watch. Like, bitches are really throwing around all these
these are
recommendations.
horrendous. And I was like, oh
I don't even know how we went on that long. Like,
I don't
literally,
know.
our microphones sucked. They were never good.
No,
I don't think they
sucked.
were ever good. They sucked, and our podcast sucks. And why do we even do this? Like what is?
Actually,
No, guys, well,
you guys
Oscar
the
got these
podcast
like bougie microphones, and I'm excited.
No, because I think they got to me. They
got to me. It did. Guys,
So-
he hit 1,500 on Instagram, and they got to him.
Yeah, he did.
No, but no, literally, like, I'm excited to do this new microphone narrative because I feel like we can actually like start doing highlights and stuff more on TikTok
Exactly.
without like getting hate comments because people love to hate on TikTok, especially with the microphones.
Each TikTok probably has one comment.
Yeah,
that's getting
at least.
attacked.
But we're back, guys. And wait, where'd you get these? Amazon?
Amazon, yeah.
And they were how much?
Way too fucking much.
No way.
Bitch, they
I thought
were.
they were like $40.
No, bitch, there were more.
Really?
Yes.
How much did you pay for these?
Too fucking much. I don't want to talk about it.
It'd be the 9 to 5 bitches, you guys. No, I'm
literally.
kidding.
But I was like, you know what? Someone has to invest in this podcast.
No,
If
I
it's
get
not
it.
me,
Someone-
If it's not Pablo, then it's me.
You're so funny. No, but I have always felt like we definitely needed to get new microphones. We tried. We literally got new microphones. Like, we split the difference and everything,
Yeah.
but they were the same. They were worse than our first
No,
microphones.
they were worse.
They were worse. Oh my gosh, like literally, like I don't know. So I'm excited for this narrative. I also want to get like real microphones, but I don't. That's so much like work. Like I don't know
Yeah.
how to even. We need to get a real camera, a computer. We need to do all this.
Yeah.
So if any podcast studio wants to work with us, guys, we get a consistent 500 views on every podcast, 30 likes on every
Sometimes
podcast.
1,000 if it gets crazy.
Yeah, like if we ever do like a crazy title, like hooking up with a married man, we'll sometimes get 1,000. So-
Maybe.
no, literally, we have been, and that's exciting. But this is definitely gonna be like a more chill, like
Yeah.
catching up episode. If you see my dirty socks, don't. And yeah, I'm excited for today.
And then we're filming on a Tuesday. Hopefully I can have it by the end of the night, but let's be so fair.
Yeah, I know.
It's because we're trying to stay consistent, and this is, I think, the most consistent we've been.
No, it's not. This is the least consistent we've been.
Okay, well, as of like the most recent episode.
The most recent, yeah, like we
as
literally
of the most recent episode.
we
of the
posted
most
like 2
consistent.
episodes a month for the past 2 months. When
Yeah.
usually we have like 3 to 4 episodes.
Okay, but like compared to the last episode, from the last episode. It's
Oh
been, like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. No, definitely. Like we're definitely getting back into it. Like today, I feel like honestly, it's just depression for me. What is it for you?
It's just laziness, honestly.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, also, I don't think you're like that lazy. I feel like you're
No.
usually down.
But I think it's more so like everything going on makes me tired sometimes.
Yeah. What's going on in your life, Oscar? Tell me about your peak and
Which-
pits.
which- oh my god, that's how we transition.
Yeah, that's how we transition. We're a transition
And-
podcast now, you guys.
Now we're transition.
No, you're so
bitch.
stupid, bitch. Okay, go.
Bitch, we haven't seen each other in so long.
Have we not? I feel like I saw you yesterday.
The bitch, it's been.
I still hear you yapping in my ear.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Wait, what happened though? What's the tea?
So-
Peak and pits.
Oh my gosh, bitch. So I went to get my teeth cleaned recently because
Oh.
I'm getting my wisdom teeth.
They
So
told you those teeth are dirty.
No, yeah, just
Oh,
kidding.
no,
I'm just
it's
kidding.
literally me when
No,
they gave me
but-
30 cavities.
Bitch, so I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed. So I think that's my pit, and I'm scared.
Oh my gosh, that's
'Cause-
kind of fun. Oh, you told me you're going with July, right?
Yeah, well, I was supposed to go this weekend, but the dentist
yeah.
ended up like my surgeon ended up getting COVID. So I was like,
What the hell? The unsanitation in this narrative.
that's what I'm saying. So I was like, I think I'll just hold on for a little bit,
yeah.
and then I guess I'm getting it like next weekend or something.
yeah.
I'm so down to get put under though. Like,
You're so
that's
fucking
like kind of
toxic.
hot. Like, what if I wake up and the surgeon's like, "Hey,
No,
what's
but
up?"
you're gonna wake up and the surgeon's gonna be like an elderly woman with like a crinkly neck, being like,
Bitch.
"Wake up, bitch!" Like slap you in the face,
Ew.
like dead ass.
No, when I went to go get my teeth cleaned today, it was so embarrassing because like, bitch, half my face is like sore. I mean, not sore, but numb because they put numbing
Yeah.
things.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of scary.
Yeah,
when
bitch,
that
my face is
happens.
like droopy. I was
No,
like,
literally. Oh my gosh, like Bell's parsley.
Here's
Is
me-
that what it is?
Yeah, and here's me going to like my local coffee shop, and I'm like, hey, and then
You're
like half my
"Hey,
face.
I
is
can't move my
asleep.
face.
No, literally, it was so embarrassing.
No,
But I
get
think that would be my pit.
Okay.
My peak would be I went to get espresso martinis
Oh
with
my gosh, yes.
yes.
Oscar's been talking about espresso martinis ever since espresso came out by Sabrina at Coachella.
Yes.
He needed it and he got it.
I went one of the oomph, and we went to go get espresso martinis.
Oh gosh, when he says oomph, I know what kind of oomph it
Oomph,
is.
you know what oomph it
Yeah,
is.
I know
Yep.
what oomph it is.
We know what oomph.
We know. I never knew the word oomph until I moved to LA. There's so much. Okay, guys, there's literally so much slang in the world. You know what there is?
Especially gay
YouTube
slang, yeah.
Instagram slang, but gay slang in LA is so specific. Probably more so gay slang on Twitter,
Yeah,
like trade, oomph. What else?
I feel like I've been giving trade recently.
Oscar wants to give trade so bad.
I do,
He's like, I'm
honestly.
wearing a jersey. I'm like, babe, it's a scissor jersey. Like,
It's
it's
like,
not even a real fucking
like no
football
one's
team.
no one's gonna think you're traded.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh, I made a TikTok today where I like called out SZA.
Oh,
Did you see it?
what the heck? No, what?
No, I wasn't calling out SZA, but it was like, you know that trend where it's like, I met Drake, I met SZA,
Oh yeah,
and then it's like somebody they met.
yeah.
I did it.
Oh wow, what'd you mean?
XXX Tentacion.
Oh, rest in peace.
He was, like,
We're all
the
getting
nicest
deep.
person. I literally met him a week before he died, and I was in
Really?
Florida when he died, like literally 20 minutes away
Ew.
from where it all happened.
That's scary. That could have been you. I'm just
Bitch,
kidding.
the Hawk. I'm like, okay. I was literally
The
like
Hawk.
16. No, literally, guys, I remember like I was at a beach in Miami, and then I was going banana boarding or banana boating or whatever it is, and I see this group of people just with like all these chains on, just sitting down, like laughing or whatever, and I realized it's X, and this was in the peak of my X era. I loved all of his songs, so I remember like tapped on his shoulder, and he was so nice about it. Talked to me, FaceTimed with my friends for me, took a picture with me. He also had his dog, which he let me like cuddle with for a second. And also there was a girl there whose name is Jocelyn. And she, I don't know, you definitely don't know, but like, well, maybe you do. There's a song that he has called Jocelyn Flores. It's one of his most popular
Of
songs.
course I do.
And
Oh my
allegedly
gosh.
it was about her. Like she was the girl that was there. And then actually that does not really make sense if he got unalived a week later. I don't know what the whole narrative of it was, but I remember there was something of like somebody there that was a part of a song, or maybe it was her. I'm not sure. But yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it was very intense. Or maybe honestly, like he came out with the song and then I met him a little bit later. Maybe it wasn't as soon as he got like unalived. Oh my gosh, rest in peace. I literally love him so much. But yeah, it was like a whole thing. Anyways, my peak and my pits. What would I say? I didn't even think about this before I went on.
No, honestly, with my pick and my piece, I just like made them up. I feel like I have something to add to my pit, which is like WeHo.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're gonna talk about the WeHo thing.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like with our peak and our pits, when I think about it too much, I kind of just start to think about like what's interesting to
and it
say.
starts spiraling.
Like, you know, I start spiraling and I can't finish the podcast. But I feel like realistically, my pit of the week was my mental health issues. I'm crippling, but I'm going to therapy all the time. Bitch, I'm so like in my head all the time now. But it's okay. We're fine. We're good. And yeah, so that's my pit. I feel like I've just kind of been trying to not be on my phone as much. I'm addicted to my phone. It's so bad.
I've seen it. I feel like if you haven't been, I've been seeing you on your phone. Like I've seen you post last. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What a retreat.
Yeah, it's a retreat. Like I'm addicted to my phone, you guys. I'm addicted to social media. I'm addicted to posting, addicted to making money, addicted to growing followers, likes, everything. It's so bad, but it's my career. So I know that it's important to put time into it. But recently it's been fucking me up. I'll be on my phone for like 12 hours a day and I'm awake for fucking 13. It's like, bitch, get off your phone, look in the real world. So that is kind of my pit that leads into my peak. Because this weekend I went to San Diego, which was like a huge retreat away. I didn't post at all on social media, barely went on my phone, was with my boyfriend and his friends. And I feel like going on a trip that isn't about you can kind of almost make you learn more about yourself. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
Because I wasn't there to get the food I wanted. I wasn't there to go to the clubs I wanted. I wasn't there to go to the beach I wanted. I got invited to go with my boyfriend and his friends. It wasn't about me, it was about them. And it kind of, there's something refreshing about doing something that isn't about you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I feel like it's very easy for me with content to be like, Oscar, let's go to the concert so I can
Yeah.
film. Oscar, let's go to Coachella so I can film. Oscar, let's do this so I can film.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Duh, we love it's
Yeah.
fine. But it's like at a certain point, it is also good for somebody else to be like, Pablo, let's go here so that you don't film. Like, Pablo, let's go here so
Yeah.
that you don't post. Because if I go, I'm a post. And
Yeah.
I feel like I just had a really chill weekend. And yeah, we'll get more into that after your WeHo narrative. But that was my peak and my pit. Also, I got banned from live on TikTok for a week. So this really was like my retreat. Because usually I go live every night. I'm active on social
Yeah.
media doing my business. And I still was doing business, shipping things out. But I wasn't live as much, which kind of helped me kind of gather a more clear identity of myself without a camera in front of me, which I think sounds a little bit dramatic, but it really is true, bitch. Like it is true.
No.
I've been on my phone every single day. I realized that I've been posting and making money from social media since I was 13 years old. I literally found a picture of like these fans meeting me in New York when I was 13, and it's like still remotely happening. So I'm obviously like actively on the internet somehow.
Yeah.
So it's good to take a break, take a little chill pill. And also I feel like when I take a chill, like I was in San Diego, I was meeting so many followers, which I'll get into, more than I would meet at WeHo, bitch. Like it was my reach in San Diego was like way more. Lewis was like, I didn't know people were gonna know you here. Like that's kind of crazy. And it's
Yeah.
cool to know that even if I don't post, people are still gonna be nice and I don't have to like post 1,000 times a day to like know that people are watching. Anyway, speaking
Yeah.
of it. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of, like adding on to that,
Yeah.
when I went to WeHo this like or what day are we in? I'm like
Yeah, it's
when I went
Tuesday
on
today.
Sunday with the Cinco de Mayo.
Oh my gosh,
Cinco
how
de
was
Jingo.
that?
Oh, so fun.
Bitch, was it like packed?
So packed.
Oh my gosh, I can assume.
It
I
was-
didn't go because I just got back from San Diego and also like drinking isn't like the whole narrative now.
Yeah.
But like, how was it?
It was literally like Halloween. It was like
Really?
it was so fun.
I can assume it was packed.
It
The
was
gays
so-
love Cinco de Mayo.
I literally tweeted, I was like, this is like the Avengers Endgame. Like everybody was here.
Oh
Everybody
my god!
was
I
there.
don't know if I should have been there.
No,
then.
it literally.
I don't know
everyone
why
was
I'm
there.
convinced that every single person and their mother hates me when nobody hates me, but I just get uncomfortable being somewhere where everyone else is. I don't know why.
See, I'm fine like seeing like 2 of my ex situationships, maybe 3, maybe 4.
It's gonna be 6.
4 is like, oh my god, it was literally like 6. Bitch, I walked in the first club that I walk into, 3. Oh my gosh!
What?
Like I don't want to even name drop. I won't name drop, but it's too much name dropping.
Yeah.
Anyways. But I walked in like 3 like ex are there.
Really?
Yep.
Wait, but can we talk about that for a second? Because one day you're gonna get into a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, and you're gonna fall in love with somebody. You're gonna be in love with them, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But what do you say? And this is honestly like not projecting my relationship, but like also like it's no lie. Like me and Lewis are hot. We both have had our pasts, and we both are fully with each other now, and it's amazing. But there is a part of a relationship that you have to get past, which is like this person has a past and this person has a history. And
Yeah.
like, at what point do you accept somebody's history? Like, for example, like you seeing 3 here, 5 there, that's all fine. That's normal. You're hot. We're in LA. Like, go the fuck off. But at what point, like, if you have a boyfriend who is going to WeHo and seeing 6 of their old are you okay with that? Like, is that something like that you look at as like, we've both had our past and we're both confident with each other and let's fucking go? Or is it a thing of like, oh my gosh, this is something I have to kind of get over and I have to understand, like, people have past, especially like in the world that like we're both in, but more so like you're kind of in right now because you're still single and like we
Yeah.
know like you see your so like I'm actually
Exactly.
kind of curious about that. Like when you see, like when that happens so often, do you ever think about like at a point, like if you get into a relationship with somebody like that, is it kind of just like we start now and everything from your past is like gone?
Well,
don't know.
I feel like with gay culture, I was literally talking to my barber today. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Your
shut up.
barber?
Oh, he's so never mind. Let's not get into that.
Yeah.
No, I was telling my barber because I was like telling him, I was like about WeHo, how I literally was seeing everybody there.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's be so for real. And now it's just making me feel like I'm just passing around. I'm
No,
just a nobody. I'm
no.
just getting like, is some kind of disease every day. No.
You're so funny, bitch.
But in reality is like I never really like with I just call them and I never really hook up with them, regardless even if I do.
Yeah.
I feel like with gay culture, like it may seem like we're fucking around a lot, but it's also like the gay culture, like everybody knows each other. Like let's
Yeah.
be so fucking for real. Like you fucked around with this guy who's like your friend that from the past. Like
Yeah.
everyone's connected. So at the end of the day, like
So you think it's fine? Like you think it's
well, I
normal?
come to terms with it. Yeah, it's because like you're not gonna escape it, especially here in LA. Like everyone's fucked around with each other, and
yeah.
I know with half the guys that I've talked to, and most of them have also talked to other guys
Yeah.
like that I
But
know
that's
that
the
I
thing,
probably
though,
hooked up with.
But that's the thing though, like that group of WeHo in that group of LA gay and that group of Twitter gay is so specific. Like I would say like I was never really a part of that. Like I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else because I've had my fair share of hookups and they were with strangers, unfortunately, and I regret them fully. But like I like the gay WeHo culture is like, you know this person, they know you, and we fucked them, and your best friend fucked them, and we all fucked each other. It's like, and that's fine, like everyone's safe or whatever. But like, if you date somebody in that scene, are you gonna be able to like relate your experience with theirs and be like, listen, I went through the same thing, and I'm okay with, you know what I mean?
Well,
Right.
it's just all about detachment. I feel like at the end of the day, like you can be like insecure within yourself and be
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, like you fucked around with this guy. Like
Yeah,
I see that a lot with the gays. Like they get mad at each other because like, oh my god, bitch, I used to talk to him and like
yeah.
this is my experience with him. Like people would tell me that and like about when I would hook up with people and I'd be
Yeah.
like, okay, well at the end of the day, like that's your experience with them. Like I'm gonna experience it with like
So that's what I'm saying. That's what this like city is. It's kind of like it's everyone for themselves, and we all kind of learn for ourselves.
exactly. And I'm like, plus I'm like, bitch, I'm 21. I'm not worried about like who the fuck I'm gonna like.
Yeah, like be with long-term.
Perception is like I just didn't give a fuck about. I started talking to homegirl, Miss Scissor Girl, and
Yeah.
I was telling her, I'm like, bitch, like I struggle with perception. This was like 3 weeks ago, and she was telling me, she's like,
What
bitch,
do you mean you struggle with perception?
like with how all the gays would probably see me like, oh my gosh, like you fucking around with like everybody.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
but I feel
But
like
in
you're
reality,
a different level. You're like untouchable gay.
no, and it's just like I make it seem like I do hook up with a lot of people, but in reality, like I never take it to the point where we actually. Here we go again, bitch. You see this narrative?
It's fine.
No,
I'm
but
not-
like yeah, like I do fuck around, but it's not like to the extremity. Like I put myself in this level where I make it seem to myself that I hook around with like everybody.
well, no.
Like I walk into WeHo and I'm like,
No.
and it's like you get one,
there's,
you
like,
get one.
If we go to WeHo, like out of 10 times, you're probably only hooking up with somebody like 9. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, like out of WeHo, like you're probably only hooking with someone like 2 times out of 10 times. Like you're not actively. I think you have your own sneaky links that like go under the rug. That's fine. Also, you're not a hoe. You're not a slut. You're living your best life. You're young. You're single. Honestly, why the fuck wouldn't you have your best life? I'm just saying specifically with the group of WeHo gays, specifically with the group of Twitter gays. They're all iconic. Like go the fuck off. But how I feel about it is like I feel like you talk to people a lot that are in a specific group that know other people, and I wonder how everyone's okay with that. Like, it's like my man is my man. That's only my fucking man. Like, like I don't want, but I also understand we all have our past and we all have to like kind of go from there. But I'm curious to see like when you get into your relationship, because I know it'll be such a good moment and I know it'll be such a secure moment. Because in reality, guys, a lot of people hate on people like, oh, you've hooked up with this many people, you're a slut. Or like a lot of guys are insecure about their boyfriends who have hooked up with a lot of people because they're like, oh, you've hooked up with a lot of people. Like, what the fuck? Like you're a slut. Like, how do I know you like me? But it's like sometimes hooking up with everybody is better than hooking up with nobody because you know what you like and you know what you don't like. You've been through everything to know what you want and what you deserve and what you need, rather than only having one person thinking that's what you want and getting swayed when you see someone hotter. You know what I mean? So there is a good thing. I was just bringing that up actually because I've been thinking about that recently with like, you see a lot of couples and you're like, oh, I remember they used to talk to this person. They used to talk to that person in the city. So it's like a high school in LA.
Well, regardless, people are going to talk regardless. I'd be like, if I were to see something, I'll probably be like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, it's just something that you notice and something that you recognize. It's just like what you do with that information. Like if you want to shit talk and be weird, then that's what you want to do. Yeah. Me personally, I just noticed, I'm like, oh, like, I noticed that,
But like, just think about it. Like, this is so funny to bring up. But like, remember the time like when you like almost stopped being my friend because like you thought I wanted that stripper that you wanted? Oh my gosh! We never talked about that. Oh my gosh! We need to talk about.
We always like tease them.
Yeah, we always tease it. We never talk about that. Like when Oscar and I got in like our first fight. But like even that time, we should
talk about that.
We will. We should. Okay. We literally got in a fight. Well, do you want to talk about now or do you want to talk about later?
Fuck it, let's just get into it.
Let's just get into it now. Okay. So before we forget, before we forget. But let me just say essentially what I was saying is like you got mad at me that night because you thought I wanted somebody you wanted. Yeah. But all these best friends in LA are all hooking up with people that they've hooked up with and they've fucked and they've dated. It's like, how are you guys even friends? Does this city even have real friends? Or am I just super sensitive? Who fucking knows? But anyways, we're going to get into our first fight. No, yeah. Literally, guys, me and Oscar got into a fight and it was bad.
No, bitch. This was like, but this is also like me, my first like timers, like going into West Hollywood.
Was it? Like, because this was September. We were already friends for like 7 months.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was just a very high-stakes situation. And to be fair, I think what it was more so specifically, I think more so what it was specifically is that I was entering a relationship and that made things sticky. But then also you were like exiting a relationship or like exiting like a situationship. Yes. So I think that the levels of security and insecurity really differed. And there, I feel like you were feeling a level of insecurity at that time because you were expressing it to me, but then I was also experiencing a level of like, I don't want anyone else but my boyfriend. And we couldn't reciprocate that to each other because we were kind of drunk and it was my birthday and I was also getting more annoyed. But maybe you could just tell it from your side because I don't want to like say it wrong because I lost a lot of friends that night. I'm not going to lie.
We're like, bitch, we start getting mad at each other at the end of the pod. We're like,
and it was my birthday, guys. So like it was pretty traumatic.
No, honestly, the whole day of your birthday was really fun though. It was super fun. It's just towards the end of the day. Towards the end of the night, we ended up going to West Hollywood.
Yeah.
And
was that a Saturday? Because for some reason it felt like a Tuesday.
Yeah, look, it seemed
like
dead.
It seemed like not like dead necessarily, but yes, dead. But it also more so seemed like maybe it's because we were tired and we came back. Yeah. Was it a Sunday? I think it might have been a Sunday.
I think so. Yeah, because we were like day drinking too.
Yeah.
So, it all started off in a stormy way. Well, like stormy way. No, but it started off as going into what was it, Mickey's?
Yes.
And I see this stripper from the first thing while we're waiting in line. I see this stripper.
And Oscar thinks he's very hot.
I think he's hot. I think he's attractive. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I see the vibes.
Yeah.
We walk inside and then I'm like telling Pablo, I'm like, bitch, that guy is fine as fuck. And I was telling our other friend that we were with, and I was like, oh my God, that guy is fine as fuck. And then they were like, oh my God, you should go get at him.
Like, I was like, make a move. Like, you should make a move on him. Like, definitely, like, if you think he's hot, make a move on him. Like, you're single, you're hot, he's hot, go make a move. So I told him, make a move.
And here's me being resistant. I was like, I don't want to make a move. I don't want to make a move.
Yeah, I was just like, no, like, why would he want me? Why would a guy like that want a guy like me? And I'm like, Oscar, go. Like, go. Yeah. But what I failed to mention, did I mention it to you, the past of me and that guy, or no? I think I might have.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I think what happened is like when we were waiting in line for Mickey's, I saw the guy and I was like, oh my gosh, that guy wanted to hook up with me one time, or that guy had followed me on Instagram and DM'd me some like stuff like that or whatever. But we never talked anything like that. So, and also I'm taken, so I wasn't even thinking like 1 second about anything. So I told Oscar, like when we got in there and Oscar told me he thought he was hot, I was like, bitch, go ahead. Like, go, like, why not? Like, go ahead. And Oscar's like, no. And I'm like, no, Oscar, like, go ahead, you should. My other friend's convincing him. So Oscar's like, okay, we're going to do it. Also, keep in mind that since we walked in, the guy was staring at us. We'll never know why he was staring. If he was staring because he recognized me, if he was staring because he thought my friend was off, if Oscar was off, if he was staring behind us, but he was staring. So it obviously gave us more of a reason to be like, Oscar, go.
Yeah, exactly.
So Oscar was like, okay, like, go. Who's next? Go. So Oscar was like, okay, like, I'll go. So Oscar starts walking in the middle of Mickey's with the disco lights in the corner, fucking Peso Pluma playing in the back, like poppers sniffed left and right. And he walks up to the stripper, and what'd you say? What'd you say to the stripper?
I remember I said something like very like.
Wait, is he a stripper? Is that what he's called? Is that what that is?
Girl,
or a go-go dancer?
A go-go dancer, yeah. Yo-yo dancer. Bitch, yeah. I'm like,
yeah.
No, but I go up to him and I was like, hey, like, I think you're hot. And he's like, oh, I think you're cute too. And I was like, oh. So then he was like, give me a kiss. And that's when I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Because you know how I get when the guys ask me to kiss in public. Yeah. I'm like.
Oscar's like.
No, bitch, I do not. I am hesitant. I'm okay, bitch. Oh my gosh. When it's a like large crowd of people, I will not kiss. Unless it's like a specific scenario. Bitch, I hate you. I didn't like cover your face.
I didn't say one thing.
No, this is you.
Yeah, like me giving the dirtiest thank you look.
No, literally.
No, okay, so.
And I literally told him, I was like, oh, like, well, we're going to be around the area later. And he was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I didn't give him the kiss. We ended up walking back.
I feel like you did give him a kiss on the cheek or something.
I didn't give him a kiss, no.
Okay.
And then we ended up leaving.
And going to a couple of different clubs and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, different clubs. We ended up coming back.
But we ended up drinking a lot more.
Oh, yeah, we were low-key really drunk.
We were kind of drunk.
And we were day drinking, too.
We were day drinking, so we were sun-tired. Like, it was, like, a lot of that.
Yeah.
So, after Oscar went to this guy, but also the guy gave Oscar a level of interest, but also, bitch, it was obvious that it wasn't the level of interest that was needed to continue anything. It was more like you know, like he wasn't like, come on, baby. It was very like still a little bit hesitant, which is why you walked away so fast to begin with. Like it was obvious for a second that like it wasn't fully obvious, but it was like kind of like, oh, like it wasn't the vibe, like let's get out of here vibe. And that's why we all were like, okay, like let's leave. Exactly. So we left, we kept drinking, we had so much fun. We didn't even think about this random guy because why would we? And at the end of the night, I think we already had like a stamp for Mickey's. So we wanted to just like go right back in or something. Yeah. And as we're waiting outside to get into Mickey's, the stripper's walking out.
Yeah.
And the stripper's walking out with like his stuff. It's like 2 a.m. He's ready to go home.
Oh,
he has his bag, he has his jacket, everything like that. This is when fucking Pablo's birthday drama-geddon started. Yeah, this was like a really big drama moment for me and my friends.
This is a very like intense.
This was intense, guys. We all almost cut each other off.
This was the end game.
It was spooky, but
the day Pablo almost lost all of his friends.
Yeah, dead ass. So basically, we're all standing outside. It's
four of us.
It's four of us. It's me, Oscar, Indy, and my old friend. So we're all outside of Mickey's. We're all outside of WeHo. There's a couple of different groups all outside kind of making conversation with us. You were talking to one person. I was talking to another person. He was talking to another person. You know, we're all kind of like laughing, making friends, doing whatever. Yeah. We see the stripper walk out. I immediately see the stripper walk out. So I tell Oscar, I'm like, Oscar, look, like the stripper's right there. The stripper's right there. So then Oscar's like, I'm nervous to talk to him, Pablo. Like, can you come with me to talk to him? Remember you said that. You said, can you come with me to talk to him?
It did.
So I was like, okay, yeah, like, why not? So I go with Oscar to talk to the stripper. And the guy is immediately starting to flirt with me. Yeah. Like, immediately showing so much interest in me. And I'm like, wait, this is not what I came here for. And he's immediately like, you're so cute. You're so cute. Where are you from? You're Colombian. Like, let's go home together. Like, you know, stuff like crazy stuff like that. And I was like, no. And then literally like,
I think at that point, that's when I was like,
within like a minute of this guy like showing extreme interest in me, Oscar walked away. And I could understand why. It was uncomfortable. It was awkward. But then here I am like, I didn't want to talk to him. Why am I not stuck in this conversation? So I grabbed Cielo to kind of deter the conversation and get myself out of it. I grabbed Cielo. Cielo's drunk. Oh, me like outing out my old friend, whatever. Anyways,
sorry, CC.
Yeah, sorry, whatever. So she comes with me and she starts talking to this guy, kind of distracting him, not really knowing that he was flirting with me or whatever. And she starts flirting with him. And at this point, you can tell the go-go dancer is bisexual or something because he's obviously now interested in my friend. Yeah. So at this point, we're kind of making it a joke about how he's just interested in everyone. And he's being like, oh yeah, like I need one of you guys in my bed, yada, 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 yada. And then my old friend, she was like, oh, haha, like, don't act like you want me. Like, you know, he wants you. And then I was like, wait, what? And then she started making jokes because she was drunk and being funny, acting like that I wanted him when I did not want him at all, not even for a second. And she kept being like, oh yeah, like he's acting like he doesn't want you, but he knows he wants you. Or like he's acting like this. And also keep in mind, we were talking to him in Spanish. So it was making everything like 10 times more like seductive and 10 times more like, like escalated and shit like that. Cause he was Spanish. My old friend is Spanish. I can speak Spanish. So we were going off of that. And that conversation probably went on for like 5 minutes where he was just like making jokes about how he really wanted me. And then I would be like, no. And then my friend would be like, he's acting like he doesn't want you, but he knows he does. And I was like, no, I don't. Literally. And then at one point he was like, can I have a kiss? And I was like, no, I have a boyfriend. Even keeping in mind, I didn't even have a boyfriend at the time. I think we were like just starting our like serious relationship. So like I still was like, no. It was very obvious. Everybody knew that. The strangers in the corner knew that. He knew that. My old friend knew that. Everybody knew that I did not want him at all. Everybody knew that. I told Oscar to talk to him because I don't want him. Go ahead. You think he's hot? Go ahead. Everybody knew that. And the only person who could prevent any situation was this girl, because she was the only one in that conversation who actively knew how much I was like, no, to the point where I walked out of the conversation and left, to where he then left because he was like mad, I guess, that I didn't want him. I don't know, but whatever. So he ends up leaving.
Wait, but I think it's good to mention that during this whole time while everything was going on, like here's me and Indy just like in the corner. We're just talking it up. And then this random ass guy, literally from I don't know where the fuck he came from. He was like, oh, you're just gonna let your friend like steal your man like that? And I was like, oh,
not someone instigating it. That's
and
crazy.
I literally was, keep in mind, guys, I'm sunburned. I like day drank. I was like drunk as fuck already.
He was done.
I literally was like, are you fucking kidding?
Oscar walked right up to us three, tapped me on the shoulder and said, Pablo, let's go.
Oh yeah,
you said, Pablo, let's go.
I did. I was
now.
And then everyone's like, Doom.
And I was like, okay. So I was like, are you okay? You're like, no.
No, wait, no, bitch. That's not how it went.
Like,
no. So the guy ended up going to me, and then Indy can agree to this. I literally told the guy, I was like, bitch, who the fuck even are you? Like, I'm not gonna like believe you. I'm like, at the end, like, I know my friend. So then I ended up walking away with Indy, and we ended up going standing in the corner. And I'm like, wait, I'm looking kind of annoyed. And I told Indy that, and I was like, and she was like, no, yeah. I'm like, maybe it's not how it looks like. And I was just going based off what it looked like from afar. I mean, obviously, when you speak in Spanish, and you're just like, it sounds more seductive.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that.
And I'm not even listening to what the conversation was saying, so I just went based off what I was looking, and then having some guy yap in my ear, just feeding off to my narrative. It's like, I just added to the.
And then Indy's also like devil's advocate princess, so she's just like, yeah, I think you should talk. I think you should, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I can understand how that would have all added.
So then I was like, everything was just going on, and then I was just at my peak of just getting mad. So then I was like, you know what, fuck it. I just went up to Pablo and I was like, Pablo, can we go? And then he literally was like, he's like, what, is everything okay? I was like, yeah, I just want to go home. Yeah. And then you were like, all right. And then we started walking like all like silent. And then what happened there?
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, yeah. And then everybody was gone at this point. So we're like, okay, let's go. So we start walking, and my old friend is like laughing with me about like that conversation, but also she fully knew like that I didn't want anything. And we're walking, and then I'm like, Oscar, what's wrong? And I don't want to say verbatim because I don't specifically remember how it started, but I do remember along the lines of you being like, I just think it's funny that you told me to go talk to that guy and you're literally talking to him. Like, what the fuck?
I think that's it. I think that's exactly what I said.
And then I was like, what? Yeah. And then you were like, why the fuck would you tell me to go talk to this guy if you knew you were going to talk to him? Like, that's so fucking weird. Like, that's so fucking weird. Like, I was like, Oscar, I was not talking to him. Like, yeah, you were. You were just talking to him for like 5 minutes, like flirting with him. Like, he wanted you. Like, you knew that. Like, why the fuck would you do that? I'm like, Oscar, you knew that this guy had interest in me before, and I told you there was zero interest, which is why I told you to talk to him. If I wanted him, I would have pursued something myself, but I told you to do it. And he came back and kept pursuing, and I did not give him 1 ounce of any type of acknowledgement, and Cielo knows that. And then I look at Cielo, I'm like, right? And then she's like, don't get me involved. I don't know anything. And then Oscar, and then that like added on to your narrative of like you continuously getting more upset and feeding more into the narrative that I completely betrayed you and backstabbed you because the one person who was there, who's my best friend, wasn't able to defend me, which made it even worse. So then I'm like, what? And then you're like, see, bitch, like, you know, you were flirting. Like, what the fuck? Like, just don't, like, blah, blah, you ruined my night. Like, you already know I'm insecure with this shit. Like, that's such a bad friend thing to do. I'm like, I did not know you were insecure, first of all. And I also did not know any of this, yada, yada. I do not want him. She knows that. Defend me now, bitch. And she's like, I'm not defending you. And I was like, why? She's like, I'm not defending you, because she was drunk and stupid. And I was like, girl, just defend me. Like, if he's like, and then you were crying at this point. You were literally
Bitch,
bawling your eyes out.
And
I understand, bitch. I understand if the level of what you thought was happening, I'd be upset and frustrated too. So here you are crying.
But it's like low-key, I didn't realize how much it is, but it, like everyone feeding onto the narrative and like feeding onto what I was thinking just made my brain think it's like, okay, well maybe I'm secure.
Yeah, I get that. No, I completely
so
understand.
I was just like, okay, but I literally wasn't putting two and two together, bitch.
Yeah, no, I get that. But also I see what you could have been upset about. So I was trying to tell Oscar, like, Oscar, no, what the fuck? I did not want him. You literally, he came out here, you talked to him, and then he started feeding into my ear, and then I got out of the conversation and put her into it. Like, everything was pointing to I did not want this person at all. He literally left. Like, I don't have his number, I don't have his phone, I don't have his anything. Like, nothing. And the one girl who was there, who's my best friend, couldn't defend me to you. When you're bawling your eyes out on my birthday, the night is now ruined. You're telling me essentially you don't want to be my friend anymore, you know, like, and it was just an awful feeling. And all I needed was my one friend to defend me and be like, Oscar, like, he literally did not say one word. He literally rejected him 12 times. And if anything, I was flirting with him. He was not at all. That's all. Sorry. That's all she had to say. And then you could have had 1 ounce of like, okay, like he didn't. But like in your head, you thought I was actually trying to like fuck this guy or so. I don't know what you thought. So it kept escalating from there. Oscar was bawling his eyes out. Me and Oscar got into a conversation. Oscar wouldn't understand me. I couldn't understand him. Kind of escalated a little bit more to the point where Oscar like walked off like crying, like super mad. Then I turned to my friend. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck was that? Like, you couldn't have defended me. She's like, I'm not defending you. Like, I don't have to defend you. I'm like, girl, you know exactly what's happening. It's not about defending me. It's about preventing my best friend from crying. And you want me to lose friends on my birthday? Like, what the fuck? And she's like, no, what the fuck? And then I literally was like, ugh. And I like left them and I was pissed at them because they didn't want to defend me. Indy wasn't really knowing what was going on, so I don't expect much from her. But the other girl knew exactly. So I was like, ugh, whatever. And I chased after you to make sure you're okay. Yeah. We got into like an hour conversation where you're crying, I'm upset, I'm apologizing, you're apologizing. We're understanding where we are at. You're understanding where you went wrong. I'm understanding where I went wrong. And then that's when the two girls walked back up. And after I settled things with you, I immediately turned to them and I'm like, and you two bitches don't want to fucking defend me. Like, fuck you guys. Like, what the fuck? I thought we're best friends. You guys want my birthday to be ruined. And then Indy's like, I didn't know anything. And then I'm like, girl, like, I know you didn't know anything, but I'm still mad. So like, let me be mad. Yeah. But you, to my other friends, yeah, I'm like, you literally just did the worst. Like, you literally ruined my birthday and it's your fault. Like, it's literally your fault. You could have defended me. You could have ended this. You could have said something, but you didn't want to because you want to let your ego get in the way so hard. And that pissed me off to the point where she was like, what the fuck are you saying right now? Like, what? Like, I just didn't defend you because this and I didn't want to give. So I understand not wanting to get involved, but I also am like, bitch, it's not about getting involved. It's about you didn't want to get involved in a situation that didn't even need to get to a place of getting involved if you were to just have cut it off, but you decided not to. So now you started this argument for an hour. My friend was crying. Everything got ruined because of this one moment. And then she like freaked out, started crying, like walked away to the other side of the street. And then my friend, Indy, she was like, oh my gosh, no. And like, she chased after her. And I'm like, girl, what pissed me off is like, I introduced the two of them. Ooh, not me getting into the tea. I introduced the two of them. Get this. I introduced the two of them. And Indy walked away with Ciel. Oh, me and Indy got in an argument. We didn't talk for like a month after that, which is crazy because she's my best friend. I love her so much, but we didn't talk for like a month because it was awkward. And I was like, girl, you walked with her, like, you know? But she was like, Pablo, like, I knew where you were at. I knew you were talking to Oscar. She was drunk. She's a girl. I don't want her to leave alone. I'm like, I know. But she's like, I also could see why it would seem like I instantly chose her because I walked with her right away. I was like, yeah, I know. So whatever. So I keep talking to Oscar for a while. My old friend ends up walking to your car. So we all like, all right, let's call it a night. Let's go to the car. I was about to leave all of them. I was about to Uber home.
Well, keep in mind this whole, okay, so everything after that point, once the Indian Cielo had walked away, it was like, I see Paul and I was like, okay, bitch, we have to figure this shit out together. I'm like there's no other point. So we figured it's like shit out together. And I was like, okay, well, at this point, like I have to make sure the girly pops are okay. Like, you know, like after everything. And I was like, just trying to like mediate the situation. What's with being like mediating?
I know, it always makes things worse.
I was like, let me so. Like, I always walk into the scenario. I was like, guys, let's
no,
stop.
Literally. So then Oscar's like, oh, like we should go find them, and I was like, I don't know where they are. And then out of nowhere, the security guard comes up. He's like, are you friends with a blonde girl?
It's 6 a.m. It's
like literally 6 a.m. He's like, are you friends with a blonde girl? I was like, yeah. He's like, there's a drunk girl saying she's looking for her friends and that she's going to the car to meet her there. Her phone's dead. And we're like, oh, okay. So obviously I'm mad at her, but I'm like, let's make sure she's okay. So we walked to your car, and this is what really set me off and pissed me off, which is what really canceled a lot of our friendships that night. But I get back. Well, we all get back. We all walk back to Oscar's car, and she's standing in front of the car. You guys, right when we get to the car, she immediately acts like nothing happened. And it's like, oh my gosh, you guys, hey, where were you guys? I was literally walking around like acting like Nothing happened. And then you and India are the sweetest people ever. But you guys are also so devil's advocate, which is sometimes I need a loyal ass bitch to be like, no. But you guys were like, ha, like, you know, like feeding into her like delusion. And then there was one point where like India and Cielo were in the back of the car laughing. And then you like added on like, haha. And like, you know, like it was just so annoying. And I was like, I'm literally pissed. You guys ruined my birthday. Like this girl didn't defend me, and now you guys are laughing in the back of the car, and it's my birthday, and my birthday was ruined. My birthday was ruined at my dinner. So then I was
like, by like just driving. I'm like,
I was like, what the fuck? I was pissed. So then keep in mind, you guys, everybody was supposed to sleep over my house that night because it was my birthday. It was late at night. We were all supposed to sleep at my apartment. My mom was also visiting me that weekend because it was my birthday. She was sleeping in my apartment. She didn't go out with us, but so whatever. We get to my apartment, and immediately as we get out of the car to get into my apartment, I was expecting all the bitches to stay in the fucking car. I'm like, none of y'all are invited at this point. No one's welcome into my apartment. I was pissed.
What do you mean?
Like, I knew that you could just drive home an hour away. You were fine. I knew
By the way, I wasn't even planning on staying.
Well, yeah, and I knew that India also, I felt bad because she lived an hour and a half away and she doesn't have a car. So it was kind of fucked up for me to be like, take an Uber home. But at the same time, everybody pissed me off. And then the big thing, you guys, the big thing was Cielo. She's from Miami. She was living in LA in an Airbnb for months. Her Airbnb ended and she was going to go back to Miami. But I forced her to stay because the bitch was about to leave before my birthday. I'm like, I've literally been with you on your birthday for the past 6 years and here you are leaving right before mine. Fake, should have been the first red flag. But so she was like, oh, can I stay at yours for like a week for your birthday and then I'll go home? So I was like, yeah. So this was the last day that she was supposed to stay at mine. There was only one day after this day that she was going to stay in LA and she was going to go home. So I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with her because she has her stuff in my apartment, but like I cannot have her in my apartment. Like I don't trust her. She doesn't want to defend me. She wants to ruin my birthday. She wants to be ungrateful, like whatever. So we all get to my house. I immediately get out of the car and I hear the two girls in the back, my friends, being like, bye, Oscar. Like, sorry for how things ended. Like, I remember that's what like Cielo said, like making a joke out of it. And I just start furiously walking to the front of my steps and I hear them behind me. And I look behind me and I go, you guys are not welcome in my apartment. And they were like, what? And I was like, you guys are not welcome in my apartment. India, I'm very sorry. But you, Cielo, you want to be disrespectful. You want to not defend me. You want to be a bad friend. Okay, then don't stay at my apartment. You want to be such a big, bold ass bitch, don't stay at my apartment. I know you make that money from Oath. Go get a fucking hotel. You know, like the fuck, we collabed. Go use that money, make fucking, like, you know, no, we didn't actually, but like, well, like use whatever, you know, like use that money, fucking get a hotel. And she's like, are you serious, Pablo? You're really going to make me get a hotel at 7 a.m. and I lay by myself as a girl? I'm like, yes. And I know that's fucked up. And I do regret that. I shouldn't have taken it that far, but unfortunately got there. She's like, fine, then I'll leave and grab all my stuff and I'll never talk to you again and you're fucking dead to me and I fucking hate you and yada yada. And I was like, girl, if that's where you want to take it, but you literally are disrespectful. You're inappropriate. You have one bag in my apartment. Grab your bag. Go get a hotel. See you when I see you. And I know it was fucked up, but at the same time, whatever. Like I had to do what I had to do. I had to protect my peace. My mom was also in my apartment. What am I going to do? Have 3 people that I'm mad at staying in my apartment when my mom is here? Like, hell fucking no. I was also going through a really dark emotional time. So I didn't really need any of that negativity. Also, she didn't really even want to be there for my birthday to begin with. Like, she only stayed because I was like kind of asking her a lot. So I kind of was just like, all right, go. And then when things got worse is because my mom was renting a car. And she told me, okay, if you guys go out to WeHo, you need to come back by 8 a.m. so that we can move the car so that we don't get a ticket. So we literally had gotten back like right on time. So when I was like bawling my eyes out walking back to my apartment, my mom was like walking outside to go move the car. And she was like pissed at me because she was like, I told you to move the car. I said that you had to be home because I didn't want to wake up, yada, yada. But then she saw me crying. She's like, what's wrong? I told her everything that happened. And she's like, Pablo, like, it's okay. Let's go move the car. I was bawling my eyes out. We get in the car and we start driving like 20 minutes away to go. What was it? Oh, we started driving like 20 minutes away to go. I think we were going to charge the car or something. We might as well because I was crying. She didn't want me to go back to see everybody, whatever. I also had left my door unlocked. And I told her, I was like, go get your stuff and you can leave. But I think that what happened, I had some of her stuff in my car. So she's like, I have some stuff in your car. And I was like, sorry. She's like, what? You don't want me to get your stuff in your car? And I was like, girl, I'm already 25 minutes away. Like, and we're not friends anymore. And she's like, come fucking back now. Like, give me my stuff in my car. You're such a fucking asshole, yada, yada. So obviously I felt bad. I'm going to give the bitch her stuff. So I went back, drove 25 minutes back, went to the apartment, opened up my car. She took out everything. And what do I fucking see? I see her putting her stuff into Oscar's car. little snake. No, I'm kidding. I see her putting herself into Oscar's car.
Bitch, don't.
What?
I would just help. I was helping that.
No, I understand that you were just helping or whatever, but it's like Oscar was literally actively like putting stuff in the car, and I wasn't putting anything. No. Well, she was putting all the stuff in your car. That immediately pissed me off to the point where I walked up to you guys, or I went up in my car or something, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I think I said something like that, and then she immediately was like, "Bye, get out of here. We all know how crazy you are. We all know this. Like, bye. Like, look how fucking crazy you are. Like, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "Girl, what?" And she's like, "Bye." Like, you know, she was saying that. She was saying like, "We all know how crazy," like something along those lines, like making it seem like you guys all chose her side, and that I was like the lone one out. So then that's when immediately I look at Oscar and I'm like, "You fake ass fucking bitch! Like, what the fuck?" And then you're like, and I'm like,
I was telling him, I was like, "That's not what I've been saying." And I was like, "I'm like, if you want to believe her, then you can believe her." But I was literally like,
"Wait, you didn't say that."
But I was just like, "No, like that's not."
No. I said like, "Bitch, like you're getting in her car," and then you were like, you kind of were like nervous. You didn't know what to say, and then I was like, "Bitch, why the fuck are you getting in her car?" And then that's when she was like, "Cause bye. We all know how crazy you are. Bye. Like we all agree. Blah blah blah." And then that's when I was pissed at you because I'm like, "Bitch, I'm literally your friend." And here you are like letting her say all this. Like you weren't like, I didn't say that. You weren't like, Cielo, no, that never happened. You never said any of that. You know, you were just like quiet, which I understand. I and even my mom told me, she's like, probably like, you can't get mad about Oscar with that. Like what is somebody supposed to react? And I'm like, no, I know. And then also with India, like, what is she going to do? Like, you know, it's like me and Cielo are more talkers, we're more communicative. So it makes sense that we were bantering. And that pissed me off. So I don't know if I gave anybody the ultimatum. I don't think I did, but I think
you gave me the ultimatum.
Selfishly, I think
you were like, it's either me or her.
No, I didn't say it was either me or her. I
bet you said something in that line.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah,
you literally were like,
I think selfishly,
it's either if you take her, like if you take her, then I'm not your friend anymore.
No, I did not say that.
You said.
I said this.
You said something verbatim.
Something verbatim that doesn't make sense. I said something around. I know I said selfishly. I said something along the lines of like, Oscar, if you're about to go take her, go do that. But I'm gonna take. I think I might have said something about like I'll take space or like go just do whatever. Just go. You said
we won't be friends anymore, bitch.
Bitch, if I said that, I'm fine with saying that. There's nothing wrong. I feel valid in whatever I said, but I don't think I said that because that's very. I think I said something along the line of like, if you do that, something along the lines of that. But it wasn't like I'm not going to be your friend because the girl, like Celia, she was more so about like we all know, we all agree. Bye. Like if you do this, I'm never going to talk to you again. Like you're fucking dead to me. I'm like, girl, you're so dramatic. Like we've had like fucking 6 years of amazing friendship, and the one time you disrespect me and the one time you try to get all my friends against me on my birthday and I kick you out of my house, I'm suddenly like this evil villain. Like the fuck. So yeah, and then I was upset with Oscar, and then Oscar started crying, and then I obviously felt bad, and then the girl was like, Oscar, go, like telling you to go. I'm like, bitch, don't tell him what to do. Like that's not even your friend. Remember that? She was like, go. I was like, don't tell him to fucking go. And then that's when I started getting mad at you because I was like, bitch, stand up for yourself. But then you're like, I'm just trying to help. And then I remember being like, all right, Oscar, go do what you're going to do. I'm not mad at you. Just go do it. And you're like, I'm sorry. I was like, just do whatever you have to do, Oscar. Like, just go do it. And then I remember Indy like going up to my mom during that being like, I'm so sorry. Like, this is all happening. And my mom was like, no, you guys, like, it was like just so much drama happening that night. And then after that, I never talked to her again. Me and Indy didn't talk for a month. And you and I, we talked the next day because you apologized or whatever the next day. And I apologized, whatever. But yeah, it was
because I feel like with everything that went down and that like when everything went down, we still had like an hour to 2 hour long conversation at WeHo where we saw what like we fixed our problem at WeHo.
Yeah.
While with everyone else, you didn't talk to them at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you and me talked about like what
we got
what I didn't hear from your situation and what you didn't see from my situation, and you were like, "Oh, bitch, I didn't see that."
Yeah.
See, like, and then I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't see what you were talking about."
I understand that. Yeah.
So we resolved our issue.
But it did. I'm not gonna lie. Like it didn't make things awkward, but it was an awkward thing to happen. It was awkward, and I didn't like that it happened. And you know, it turns into the thing of like, you know, my friends still following my ex-friends, and then my friends still commenting on my ex-friends, and my friends hanging out with my ex-friends. Like Indy's literally in Miami right now with her. And like, you know, like I'm okay with it. Yeah. Like, well, cause like she went to Florida, like for what? She went to Florida to see her. Yeah, I know. She went to Florida to see her family, but then she was like, oh, it makes like she told me before. She's like, oh, it makes sense. Like, would you care? And I was like, honestly, go the fuck, like do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that was the tea. You know, me and Indy, like, this happened September 10th on my birthday, and we didn't talk until Thanksgiving. So it was like 2 months. It was hard to lose all my friends that in one day, especially my riders, my college friends. Like, I met those two girls freshman year of college, and then it felt like I lost them, and it sucked, and it felt that like I lost them just because of a stripper. Like, you know, like, go off stripper, you ate down. But it's,
and I feel like now it comes to the point where we just laugh about it, but it was so crazy.
It was really crazy, really traumatic. A lot of crying, a lot of screaming. It happened from like 2 a.m. to like 6, 7 a.m. It was a lot, you guys.
Because it was like, guys, I want you guys to understand how drastic this was. Like, it was to the point where like me and Paulo would be hanging out like every day, and for like one point, it's like out of nowhere, this big ass fight over a stripper. And now we look back at it because it's like, bitch, ain't no fucking way we let it get to that point.
Yeah, it was really crazy, and I can't believe that happened. But I'm glad we got to talk about it on the pod because we never talked about it.
I know.
It was
kind of
crazy.
But I want to keep talking about WeHo though, because I need to talk about my WeHo.
Okay, yeah. Wait. I was gonna say one more thing though.
You're gay. I'm like,
no, like literally, like what you were saying. I did get my closure with you, obviously, and then me and Indy had like an hour and a half conversation on Thanksgiving where we got through our things. It was very awkward, but you know, me and her, the other girl, never talked, and we're still not friends. But that does show you guys, like, I don't hate her. I would never say anything bad about her. And in any type of friendship, relationship, argument, I'm never gonna be the type of guy to be like, fuck you, I hate you, I can't believe, blah, blah, blah. If you do me dirty, you did me dirty. If I do you dirty, I do you dirty. It doesn't take away from the 6 months of amazing friendship, the 1 year, 10 years, anything. I helped you through your lowest, you helped me through my lowest. Understand that respectfully and move on, and don't start saying detrimental things like, you've always been like this, I fucking hate you, we're done, you fuck. Because if I was always like this, then why were we best friends, and why were you crying in my shoulder every day? Why were you helping me when I was fucking mentally ill and like about to die? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we were there for each other at our lowest. So I hate when anybody, my mom even fucking does this shit. Like, she does it all the time. It's like, we have a year of amazing relationship, and then she gets mad at me, and then suddenly she doesn't talk to me for 4 months, and then I have to deal with the trauma of feeling like an awful person. Literally with Drew, we were best friends, and then one thing happens, he cuts me off for months, and I feel like an awful person, and I have to work with that, go to therapy. Am I a bad person? Am I awful? Even my boyfriend, it's like, I do amazing things for him, and then I do one thing wrong, and it's like, you fucking suck. It's like, no, I don't fucking suck. Like, I'm trying, I'm a human, and like, I've had so many situations like that, and it's just so frustrating to always be the one at the end of the stick, because I am a communicator. I am a more extroverted person, and I will fucking speak my mind. It's more likely that I'm going to get in a fight than Oscar, because Oscar's a nicer person, point blank period. Like, you know, so it's like, I feel like just because somebody communicates how they feel isn't enough to instigate an argument that then ruins an entire relationship. And that's just how I feel. Period. That's it. And no regrets.
The mic,
no regrets. No, literally. I feel like it only made some relationships closer, but it really sucked how it all ended, you guys. And that's how something can happen. That's how you can lose a friendship over a fucking stripper at WeHo.
And then you caught us the next weekend, and we were out in a limo.
Yeah, no, we were out in a limo, and then we saw the stripper, and then we were like, we were both like, fuck you.
Yeah. And then we were like, fuck you.
Like,
it was so dramatic.
We're like, not again. Never again, sister. I don't know.
I'm like, all right.
Anyways, that was the story about how we fucking almost killed each other.
No, literally. But bitch, do I have some fucking
oh my shit, tell me about WeHo this weekend.
Okay, bitch, while he was in San Diego, I had to like resort to the West Hollywood. Yeah. So this is my first time back in West Hollywood after like 4 weeks, 3 weeks? Because I hadn't gone since before Coachella. So I think
really?
So I think that was like 3 to 4 weeks.
Really? Before Coachella was the last time?
Yeah, it was like right before Coachella that I went to WeHo. And then ever since
then,
it
was the day before.
I just felt so drained, bitch. I don't think Coachella literally like
Coachella was everything and more. Wait, Oscar, we literally went to WeHo, no?
When?
Oh no, I went with Drew.
Yeah. And where was my invite? I don't know. I didn't get an invite. So I was just being dramatic.
You got it twice.
No, literally. But so I ended up going with.
He was like, "You're so drama." I was like, "Do you want to go to WeHo?" He's like, "No, I'm sucking dick in the back of a Mustang." Ha ha ha! I'm like, "Girl, like the specifics are out there."
I know. Wait, I was like going to
it. You're like, "I'm sucking cock right now."
It's about a bust.
Yeah, like I'm like. I called them. You're like, "Hey, sorry, I'm about to make this guy bust. 1 second." I'm like, "Bitch, just like, hello, how are you?"
Like, good morning.
Like, good morning. Like, what the fuck? What happened to that?
Bitch, oh my gosh, you're gonna get so like, okay. Wow. So there's this oomph. Well, I'm no name dropping, but there's this oomph that I've been kind of talking to. He's nice. He's very chill. I think we both came to the agreements that we're like friends with benefits.
Wait, but why is that how it is with everyone?
For me, that's what I'm looking for as of right
friends
now.
With benefits?
Yeah,
okay.
like I'm not looking for anything to settle down with.
Okay,
I can't settle down with.
Yeah. Oh, but then here's the thing, though. It's like, when like okay, actually, because I feel like the thing with like friends with benefits, it's like it's always friends with benefits until you like the person, and then you want to become serious. But then it gets messy because you guys were friends with benefits and you guys were both hooking up with different people. But it's like, you know what I mean?
But
like,
at that point, that's like where communication comes in strong.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we're like, I always tell people, I'm like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and like, this is what I need. This is what
Oscar's the king of telling people like, I don't want anything serious.
Because the least thing I want to do is cause drama with anybody, especially in the gay community. I don't want like to cause beef with anybody.
I don't know how like it's kind of like impressive how like you can like really have sex with somebody that you don't have feelings for.
Well, yeah, I think that's bitch, it's you're horny enough, you just do it.
Because like even when I was like horny enough, like when like my grinder days, like I could only ever like kiss someone like on the cheek or like touch their dick for like 6 seconds. Like, I was never fucking, so it's like it's kind of cunt, but it's like, you know, a lot of people are like horny and they just fuck a stranger. Like I'm like, damn, but like I don't know. I feel like there's a level of like there's a level of confidence and like security that comes with that kind of just like I know what I want. I'm not looking for anything. I just want dick. Like that's kind of I don't know.
That's real.
Kind of Sex in the City coded.
I'm like, yep, that's me.
Yeah, that's me.
No, bitch. So we ended up. It was Cinco de Drinko, and all my friends were going out, and I was
Cinco de Drinko is crazy.
And I got so much FOMO when I was like, bitch, I wasn't planning on going out, and I was like, I was low gonna keep my streak of not going to WeHo, and I was like, okay, like let's see how far I can go. But Cinco de Drinko came around. And
Were you drunk?
I was out.
Oh my gosh! I
was out and
I'm not mad I didn't go. But
probably the funnest I've had in so long. But obviously, when you go to WeHo always go. Something goes wrong in WeHo.
Yeah.
Or something happens in WeHo.
Yeah. Wait, what did you go with?
Yeah. So we ended up picking. Oh, so okay. I posted on my Instagram notes going to WeHo.
Yeah.
And then
wait, I really want to chip.
Replied, and he was like, "Oh, like I'm down. Like, pick me up." And I was like, "Oh, kind of down for the narrative." You know what I mean? So I went to go pick him up. We've been kind of like friends with benefits, whatever. Like, kind of friends, like whatever. So we ended up going on the way to WeHo. We were like just being friends, and I started telling him about my ex from December. Remember, like the guy I was like crying about? Like we were just talking about that. He was talking about his.
Guys, remember when Oscar had that relationship and then he talked about how they broke up the next weekend?
That's what we're talking about. Next podcast.
He's like, I'm so happy with a relationship. The next podcast was like our truth.
And I was like, no, so like, bitch, it gets crazy. When I tell you, okay, as we're driving there, he's telling me about how he like doesn't think we should keep doing things together, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I completely understand. Like, he's starting to talk to someone, and I was like, okay, well, that's cool.
He said that as you guys were on your way to WeHo?
Yeah. But I that's literally what communication is. When it comes to friends with benefits, I'd rather you tell me like, oh, this is what we don't want to do, whatever. Damn, maybe I'm like getting too in depth with this. Oh my god, whatever.
You're what?
Maybe I'm getting too in depth with this.
No, I know.
Oh my god.
You lit our digital footprint.
No, anyways. We can just turn whatever, and then we're parked in the park, like in the first floor, right in the entrance, like to go exit. Bitch, we're parked facing forward so we can see everyone walking by. The first person that we see is my fucking December Bitch, my heart sank to my fucking soul. I was like, doom, with his like ex and I was like, wow. And here,
with his ex
yeah. It got crazy, but we had finished the Biggie Ball, bitch, and I was out. So I went out and about. We both got super drunk. Like I think we almost blacked out. I'm not even kidding, because we were super drunk. We finished the Biggie Ball together. Just imagine. I don't like literally everything just kept blinking at WeHo at that point because we walked into beaches. We saw all those like the influencer girly pops that are just like
the Terry Joes.
Yeah. So just like, okay, hey girl, what's up? We went to go get a tequila sunrise, and bitch, they were pouring up doubles or something because that bitch fucked me up. Bitch, we were getting drunk as fuck. And we went to Fiesta, and this is where things get messy. We started dancing, and bitch, I'm like feeling the energy and feeling the vibe.
Really?
Yeah, we there. Yep.
Really? Like you were dancing?
It got crazy.
Just and dancing out. Going to WeHo is one thing. Dancing out WeHo is another thing.
There was a makeout session that was happened. With me.
Who'd you make out with?
With me.
The other one?
With me. And things got steamy.
Why? What happened?
Bitch, I don't know if I was like on my like horn dog mode, bitch, but we started like doing crazy shit in like on the dance floor.
Wait, like you and
like I was like
you and the boy you came with?
Like I was like this.
like fingering him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch, it got crazy. It got steamy in this
San
bitch.
Diego, literally. wait, so this was the guy you came with?
Yeah.
The guy who told you that you guys shouldn't hook up anymore on the way there because he's talking to somebody.
Yeah, but things got steamy, and then guess who?
See, that's what I mean. He literally told you we shouldn't we shouldn't do this anymore because I'm talking to somebody. And then
but
you're fingering him at the club.
Listen, it's justified because we were both drunk as fuck. I don't blame him at all. It's whatever.
But being drunk isn't an excuse to not be loyal.
I see, like, and then my ex was there. Bitch, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go pee real quick. I told
you're like, I'm gonna go reuse this finger. Real quick.
Bitch, I would still go pee. Like, I literally need to go pee, bitch. I have like 6 bottles of tequila sunrises in my fucking system. I have to go pee. Yeah. I go pee. I walk past them. I get a little tap on my shoulder, and he was like, "Is that your new man?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck, bitch!" I got so caught up.
What does he look like again?
Bitch, what the hell? I can't be doing that.
No, but I just don't even know what he looks like. Like, I need like names.
Not names here.
Not names. Just show me later.
Yeah, it's like when I did my post, and I was like my reveal post. Remember?
And he got you this as a buzzy.
And yep, and then his fucking what's it called? His like that he was with goes up to me. He's like, "Oh, who's this?" Oh my god! I literally got scared because it was giving like we're about to fight.
Like you're gonna get jumped.
And I was like, "Please no!" Like I've already got jumped once at WeHo. I can't do it again. So it literally got to the point where they were both staring at me, and I was like, "Wait, what's going on? Like, hello?" Like I literally got so caught up. I was like, "I just went to go piss," and then they're like, "Oh, like," and then my ex, he was like, "Oh, nothing." She's like a nobody, and I was like, "Wait, bitch, I'm a nobody."
He said, "Who said that? Your ex?"
Yeah, he's like,
"So that you're a nobody?"
Yeah, and I was like, "Bitch, I'm a nobody." Bitch, and I literally got so pressed because the fuck you're not gonna talk to me like that.
Wait, why do you say you're nobody?
But luckily, one of your fans came in clutch, bitch. Really? One of your fans came in clutch.
Why?
If you're watching,
what happened?
Bitch, one of your fans goes up to me. He's like, "Oh my god, Oscar!" Like, and I was wearing the BFFR necklace, and he's like, "Oh my god, Oscar! You're like, I always see you on Pablo's TikTok. Like, you're like amazing, blah blah." And I was like, "I love your TikTok." I was like, and then I look at him. I look back at him. I was like, "Bitch, I'm a nobody." Ooh! And then he
got called a nobody, and then my fan came up to him, and he's a somebody.
Yeah, and I was like, "Bitch, I'm a nobody." And then he literally looked at me, and he was like, "Oh, whatever." And then he's like, "You got."
Wait, do you guys have beef?
No, that's why I was like, "Oh, bitch." That's why I was so caught off guard. I was like,
maybe he like just got mad about you having so much. Oh my god, I would literally. Oh my gosh, no.
Bitch, when I tell you my fucking, because I thought we were chilling, and then ex that he was with grabbed him by the hand and he was like, "Let's fucking go. It's not worth it." And I was like, where did this beef come from?
Wow,
bitch. And then
what? I know Oscar like did something.
No, bitch. I left it at that because I was like, whatever. Like I'm having fun. I end up go pee. We end up go leaving. As we're walking out, Mr. Topher is out.
Why'd you say his name?
No, I don't care. Oh. He probably doesn't even watch the podcast. Let's be for real.
Wait, just don't say his name again.
Come on, please. Yeah. But he was out.
Wait, maybe just cut it out at 56.
Oh, bitch, I don't care.
Okay.
YOLO, bitch. He was outside and he literally was like, "Do you about to get in a fight?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then that I was with was, "Oh my god, you have a lot of guys that go up to you and say hi to you." But it's because only like a lot of guys said hi to me at WeHo that night was because, bitch, when I tell you, it was everybody
that you
fucking remember Train.
I can never not.
Train was there.
Train
was there.
Can we please tell him who Train is?
Fucking Ice Spice was there.
Yeah, Ice Spice is always there. I honestly fuck with Ice Spice. Ice Spice is nice.
Yeah, Ice Spice show.
Ice Spice goes live on Instagram every night like they're Kim Kardashian, and I fuck with it. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, no. Train like needs to let it go because I remember one time seeing them and they were like, "Do you remember me?" I'm like, "No, like I don't."
Yeah.
So basically, guys, one time me and Oscar were so drunk walking around and there was this random guy who obviously like we were not really interested in at all, but we started making a joke being like, "Yo, what's up, bro? Like we're trying to have a train right now." And he was like, "Really?" And we're like, "Yeah, bro. Like we trying to have a train now. Like yeah, we fuck buddies. Like we about to have a train." Like, and then he's like, "Really? Like I'm down. Like."
As he has like hickeys right here.
Yeah, hickeys right all over his body. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm down. Like where at?" We're like, "Oh, like let's go to my car." Yada. Us having a train in the car is fucking crazy.
Insane.
No, and then we had a train in the car. Me for the clips.
We had a train in the car.
Yeah, we had a train in the car. And then he like kept dragging it, and then we're like, "All right, bye." And he's like, "What about the train?" We're like, "The train left. The train is in North Dakota." But we see him all the time. And like one time he came up, he's like, "Do you remember me?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, does this give you any clues? And he showed me a picture of a train. I'm like, boy, the fuck?
And then remember the homeboy for my birthday who ran away after the limo when I was blackout drunk?
Who?
The guy who, like, when we got back to my grandma's, he like ran away, remember?
Yeah.
Like, you know, E?
Yeah.
He fucking was there, but he was with Terry Joe and like all of them. I was like, oh.
Well, because Terry Joe's the nicest influencer
Oh,
ever,
he is.
so he will talk to anybody.
But I was like, oh, a little, that's when that just goes to show that how many people were there.
Yeah, I get that.
And I was like, wow, I'm really getting called out by everybody.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. That's what I mean. Like, not only like getting into a relationship, like you have to like, have a communication with your partner to be like, oh, like these are people I hooked up with, yada yada. But there's just so much drama and low-key negativity that comes around hooking up with somebody at WeHo, because it almost like automatically like gives them this sense of entitlement that they know you. Like for some reason, like everyone in the gay community is like, oh, like, Oscar, like, yeah, I know him because you guys had sex once. It's like, you don't know him, you guys just had sex once.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like everyone's always like, it's always a thing of like, oh yeah, that person, like I know them. You don't know them, you just had sex with them. And like that's but then at the same time sex is very intimate, so it's like, do you know them? But I don't know, like that's the thing. So
and then we needed to go pee, and then we like the little dumpster that's like, so you don't have to go pee.
Yeah,
because bitch, I'm not waiting those big ass lines, those crusty ass.
We have a little dumpster that we like go pee at.
We went over there at like me and Oomph. Bitch, we almost started fucking.
What?
Because the makeout sex was so good.
Oh, you guys were making out? I don't know. Like, I can't imagine you. Like, I never have really seen. Like, no matter like how sexual you are, kind of, I never see you sexual at all. Like, as I shouldn't, but like, I never see you like making out.
Well, especially with you, I don't like doing it because I feel like you're always like judgy.
Yeah, I am.
Fuck you.
I am judging.
So I was like, I never try to make out with anybody.
Maybe well, I'm judging because like half of the time it's like the most horrendous, ugly person I've ever seen in my life. And I don't mean to be mean by saying ugly, but guys, it's literally somebody that has like ugly on their forehead. And Oscar's like, you look kind of cute. Like, no, bitch. Like, it's like, let's be for real. Yeah. But,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you making out with an attractive person, Oscar.
Oh, what the hell?
I'm dead. You hook up with attractive people in silence, like under the like DL. Like you usually keep those to yourself. Like, you're probably not gonna find the most attractive person at WeHo, but like you have your contacts that are hot, and like you go off with them. But anytime I see you making out with somebody, I'm like, oh my gosh. But I also, if in my old era, I'm sure you've seen me making out with some like fucking ugly ass people. Yeah. So.
With Pride Month coming up, you know what that means.
I'm excited. I really want to go out, and I want Koji and Jaden to come out. Oh, but one of them doesn't.
Koji and Jade?
One of them doesn't turn 21 until after Pride, so we could still go after, but Pride is going to be fun. I really want to go to WeHo this weekend. I want to have I want to black out at WeHo this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
No,
wait, actually?
I kind of do.
Because I don't work on Saturday, and I work in the morning on Friday. And we have our pool party on Thursday.
Pool party? Oh, we're going to the pool.
Yeah,
we should make that a thing.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I have we
have to get ready for summer. Or are we in summer already?
Summer's coming up. Oh my gosh, I need to have more friends for the summer. Well, like additionally, like with the friends I have, like for example, like us going to the pool, like we should have like 7 more people coming with us. But like, you know what I mean. But I feel like I got
invited to the Coachella girlies. They were so fun.
Oh, yeah, I know. They don't live that far.
When you literally sent me the Coachella picture, I started crying. So like,
which Coachella picture?
In the group chat, I literally was like, please.
No, I will never not listen to "I Love It" by Camila Cabello, not think of Coachella, and not be so grateful for that experience. It was so amazing.
I think about to this day.
No, literally, I'll never forget it. Okay, that's your WeHo experience. I went to San Diego. I would say it was pretty chill.
That's fun.
It was really fun. Yeah, like Friday, we got there pretty late. We immediately we went out. We went to this cute little dive bar called Part-Time Lovers, I think it was called. And I didn't get a drink there, but I did sneak in like a fucking Mike's Hard, like a fucking like sus ass bitch. Like literally, guys, me going to like a bougie like adult dive bar, sneaking in like a Mike's Hard in my pocket. Like this isn't WeHo, babes. Like I walked into like an elegant venue and was like cracking a can of Mike's Hard as everybody has like bougie like fucking tequilas. Like I shouldn't have done that. But
the dude that Pablo doesn't sneak in a drink into the clubs.
Yeah, I always sneak in a drink to the club.
That's so smart though. I'm like, I always end up getting drunk from those.
No, literally, guys, literally, I'll fucking bring in one of the big buzz balls into the fucking club. I'll put it in my pocket. I'll say it's
or
a
like
fucking
it's my BBL. I was like, oh,
yeah, no, it's a BBL, it's a hernia, it's a hemorrhoid. Like I don't know, it's one of the H's. But yeah, no. So we did that. Also, I was like very mentally out of it on Friday. I forget why. I'm trying to think specifically. I think it was because I had a really intense therapy session that morning, and whenever I really get deep into my therapist, it kind of takes me the whole day to kind of oh my Scooby's so cute. It kind of takes me like the whole day to like revisit or anything and like kind of be okay. So I was a little bit off Friday night, still had fun. We went to the hotel. Bitch, literally me and Louis stayed at a hotel because we didn't want to stay at like his friend's house because we wanted to feel like we could fuck.
It was also like, let's be for real, we can't be going to people's friends' house.
Yeah, we can't be going to people's friends' houses when everyone is on those fucking couches.
Because we know what happens when we do that.
Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah, exactly. Literally, guys, the New York story when we fucking left New York because of that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
We know. So I was like, yeah, I'd rather not. I'd rather get our own hotel. So we got our own hotel. We get to this hotel around 2 or 3 in the morning on the first night. Bitch, it was a fucking Motel 6. It wasn't even a Motel 6. It was like fucking an off-brand Motel 6, bitch. Like, it was bad. Like, there was people, like homeless people out there. There was people on drugs out there. Like, literally right when we pulled up, some man outside was trying to get me and Lewis to go into his hotel room and have a threesome and do like drugs off of him. Like, it was fucking crazy. Like, literally, we got into, like, we pulled up to this motel at 3 in the morning. We saw a bunch of homeless people outside. We're like, okay, it's fine. We get out. I go to the front desk. Nobody's there. I see a sign that says, we'll return in 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, wait 10 minutes, nothing. I end up waiting 45 minutes. It's like 3:45 in the morning at this point. Nobody has showed up. We're still waiting outside. This homeless man who's like obviously gay, which love him to death, but he's like being like, where'd you come from? I love your outfit. It looks really good on you. What's your guys' plan for the night? My hotel's right there on the second floor. So I'm like, all right, if we're all affording this hotel, then we should probably be a little bit worried. You know what I mean? Like, let's be fucking for real. Yeah. So I just respectfully didn't answer him. Start banging on the reception door like, hello, because it was an outside door. It wasn't even an inside lobby. It was like that. Yeah. A man comes out of a fucking small ass closet in his boxers and shirt, like sleeping. Like, a man's like, hello, what's up? I'm like, hello, I've been waiting for 45 minutes. This homeless man is trying to fuck me in the back. Like, hello. And he's like, oh, my bad. What do you need? I'm like, my room. And he's like, oh, okay. And then we start doing the whole process. He says he needs a credit card. We didn't bring our credit cards. We're looking everywhere in the car for a credit card. We find one. I give him my card. We're okay. He gives us our hotel room. We go upstairs. We have the sexiest, nastiest sex of our life. Yeah. Oh my gosh, my fucking.
Wow, so we did have fun this weekend.
We did. Okay, so and then that whatever. I stayed up to like 5 in the morning watching the new Selling the OC, like the new Netflix series, and then we went to bed. Woke up the next morning, went thrifting. We went to a cute little restaurant, met up with all his friends. We walked around San Diego, walked around the beach. I didn't go on my phone once. I didn't take pictures. I was in the moment. I didn't film a TikTok. It felt really good. That day, after all of that, we got really tired, went back to the hotel, fell asleep.
You didn't see your microphone.
Fell asleep, woke up, and then that's when we went out to the WeHo in San Diego. WeHo in San Diego is like different. It's so different.
That sounds so fun.
It is fun, but it's smaller, but it's like Vegas clubs, it feels like. Like, you know, Beaches is like small as fuck.
Yeah.
But their version of Beaches is like 6 different dance floors, 3 different levels, 8 different bars. It's literally like Vegas in there. Like, huge, like outside areas. There's literally porta potties, like 5 of them, like at Coachella, you know, like the trailers. It's like that. Like, you know, if a club has trailers for like it's kind of like bouge, you know? So there was a bunch of different dance floors, a bunch of different music, a bunch of different people. We were dancing everywhere. I feel like I've never gotten recognized so much in one night. And maybe what it is like people in WeHo are kind of more used to seeing. So like they see us and they're like, oh, but a lot of people start like, Pablo, Oscar. But like, it's, you know, but like San Diego was like, Pablo was here for the first time and nobody's ever seen me. It was like fresh meat, but also like, like fresh TikTok meat. Like, you know, like it was like they don't just see a TikToker out there. So like it was like one person was like, Pablo, blah, 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 blah. Can we get a picture? Picture right away. Pablo, blah, blah, blah. Can we get a picture? I'm like, and then like Lewis and all of his friends were like, whoa, because they're not used to it. And Lewis was also like kind of feeling cool because everybody knew who he was. They're like, oh, you're Lewis, the boyfriend. Because I did not know like how big I was on Instagram recently. Like, people know me mainly from Instagram right now. So like it was like a whole like kind of cool thing to experience, especially in San Diego. I'm like, oh wow, like even when I don't post, like people still know. I'm not saying I'm famous out here, guys, because I'm most definitely not. But I'm like, I can only imagine how like these bigger influencers that more people know feel going out. And I was kind of like, oh my gosh, like this is kind of spooky. But yeah, a lot of people came up, took pictures, got me drinks, vibed, and sang. Used a lot of random people's nicotines, smoked someone's random dab pen, almost blacked out, thought I was like on fucking cloud 9.
Got laced.
And then we left at like 5 a.m. They also have like a taco place. Like that's kind of like the pizza place at WeHo that's open all night. We got tacos there, vibes. We got invited to a drag brunch the next day. Like we just made a lot of new friends, honestly. And then the next day we had a wholesome day, got acai bowls, went thrifting again, went to the beach. I went bird watching for like an hour and a half. It was so cute, so fun. We watched the sunset in San Diego, got some food, literally everything. And it just felt good not to post or anything. So it was just like a very like wholesome weekend. I feel like usually I have like crazy stories to tell. And I obviously do have moments, but like it was kind of chill. It was kind of like one of the most stable moments in general. And I feel like it's always weird, like leaving LA, because in LA it's easy for me to be like, I have Oscar, I have Jordy, I have India, I have Lewis, I have some people here. But going to San Diego with Lewis and his friends felt very like almost like the most isolating thing in the world. It felt like, these aren't my friends. I know nothing about San Diego. I'm going in Lewis's car. I'm stranded in San Diego essentially, and I'm by myself. My family's in Connecticut. Like, it was a very like moment of like
one thing happens and I'm fucked.
One thing happens and I'm fucked. One thing happens and I'm like, like not like kicked to the curb, but more so like one thing happens and I remind myself that I'm really an individual alone in San Diego, not knowing anything, without my car, without my cat, you know what I mean? Like very like isolating, but it was kind of healing to kind of just like understand that and kind of do things for everybody else. I didn't choose one place to eat. Usually I'm like the one deciding. Like,
you really
but it's also a problem that I want to talk about.
But it's good though, because I'm so fucking indecisive.
That's what I'm saying. But like, I have such a high insecurity with talking too much or having too much of an opinion. And I noticed it the other day after we filmed our podcast with Drew, Lewis, and all them. When after everybody's like, "What are we doing? What are we doing?" and everyone's looking at me. I'm like, "Why is everybody looking at me? Like, why am I deciding?" And then when we're going out, we're all waiting at the door and nobody's leaving until like I'm walking out, and I'm like, okay. And then I walk out and then nobody's walking down the steps until I start walking down. I'm like, you guys have brains. Like, I know you guys aren't bitches. Like, you guys obviously have opinions. Like, get up. Like, you know what I mean? And then there was one point where like I had to let you guys like pass me going down the stairs because I'm getting so uncomfortable and insecure with the idea of always choosing and having an opinion and all that. So honestly, going to San Diego was good for that. But I have noticed like, yeah, like I just hate doing that. Like I hate that so much. Yeah. That's why I like when you're like, let's film a podcast now. And I'm like, okay, because I don't like the idea of feeling like people are revolving around me, which I kind of unfortunately know is kind of like a thing that can happen when somebody does social media. Because it's like, you're like, I want to go to WeHo. And I'm like, so do I. And I'm like, oh, but I have to go live. And you're like, but I want to go at 10. I'm like, okay, but I have to go live till 11. And you're like, okay, I'll wait till 11. And then at 11, I'm like, wait, I have to film a TikTok. And you're like, but I want to go to WeHo. I'm like, but I have to, like, so it's like easy for that kind of stuff to happen. And then I'm like, Oscar, get in my TikTok. And you're like, okay. But then it's like, you were ready to go. Like, so like that type of narrative can easily happen. Like a lot of my influencer friends, like I have it with them too. It's like when you're with an influencer friend, I'm not an influencer, but like when you're with an influencer friend, it always makes things like 3 times longer. It takes 3 times longer because it's like they're focused on not only existing in the present, but also filming a video and then editing the video and then posting the video before they go out or else they. So like, yeah, I feel like San Diego was good for that. And it kind of just like rewired me.
I didn't even see it like that. I was just more so like, I grew up the more decisive one. It's like, I'm just so indecisive, bitch. It's like crazy.
No, I'm.
But I said recently, I've been like trying to like become more decisive because it comes to the point where I don't even know like. For myself, but when I'm by myself, I'm like, what am I gonna do?
No, me as fuck. Like, you'll just lay in bed all day because you don't even know what you should
do.
So
I'm like, please.
But also, that's like a level of like ADHD.
That's what today I was like, we're gonna go. We're gonna film the podcast today. I'm like, let's set in tone.
Yeah. I think also like my level of motivation and like laziness to do stuff comes from like what we're talking about, but it also is like a big part of like ADHD. Like, I feel like I always think I have like 20 things to do at once, but I just like don't know where to start. So like it makes me just like not do anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when you get like that. Like an ADHD stuck in bed because you just don't know what to get done.
That's how I've been feeling the past few weeks. But ever since I went to Cinco de Drink,
I don't wish I went to Cinco de Drink.
Bitch, it was so
I want to have a WeHo moment because suddenly everybody's going to WeHo. Like I have my new friends, not my new friends, but I have some
low-key, yeah,
I have some new friends that I made, and they were like never drinking, never smoking, and now they're going to WeHo every weekend, and everyone's like glamorizing WeHo again. I'm like, fucking, it feels like March of last year when I was like, get ready for me to go WeHo by myself. I can't believe I did that. That was such an era. That was such an era. Like, I was crazy. And I literally was watching back some of my videos the other day, and they were like, you guys, literally last night, I asked some guy to buy me a drink, and he bought me a drink, and then I walked away. And he's like, why the fuck did you walk away? I'm like, because I'm using you for a drink. Haha. Like, I was so, like, bold about it. Yeah. Like, I would make story times the next day being like, this guy kidnapped me into his apartment. Oh, my gosh. I don't know if I told you this, but remember that one time I told you about how I was at WeHo by myself. I was super drunk. My phone died. Some man offered me to order me an Uber home. I was stupid. I said yes. I got in the Uber. I saw him getting in the Uber. And then I was like, why are you getting in the Uber? And he was like, oh, I figured it was cheaper if we got like a one way and then another way. Like it'll drop you off at your house and it'll drop me off at my house. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, that's fine. Then we were on the way to his house first. He's like, oh, my house is on the way. We'll drop you off after. I was like, okay. I'm in the car, yada, yada. He gets out of the car and I'm like, bye, nice to meet you. And the Uber's like, this is only one stop. And I'm like, what? And then the guy's like, yeah, I figured we could hang out in my apartment. I was like, no, bitch, you told me you're bringing me home. My phone's dead. What the fuck is your problem? And the Uber's like, I gotta go. Uber literally kicks me out of the fucking Uber. And I'm waiting in this stranger's lobby for an hour, waiting for a charger, waiting for someone to walk in with the charger. Nobody's walking in. Here he is, like, in the fucking lobby being like, come on, come upstairs. Let's get water. Let's charge our phones. Come on, come. I'm like, no. Anyways, like last week I got a DM on Instagram and it was like, yo, I was chilling with my friend and we were talking about how funny your TikTok is. And he's like, yo, I think I hung out with that guy. And I realized you were the guy who was in my lobby. And he's like some scary ass old man. Like, ew, it's so weird. But yeah, I was really crazy in my WeHo era.
Oh, that was so fun though.
No, but I still like go crazy when I go to WeHo. Like I love when I get drunk at WeHo because I start like talking to everybody. Oh my, Oscar!
What?
You posted that on Twitter?
What?
Somebody just sent it to me.
No way.
Yes.
That ass? Wait, can I see? Wait, let me see. Or is that too much?
That was a lot. I don't even show that on Oath.
Wait, let me see. Let me see, bitch. Okay, bitch, but look. Wait, who sent it to you?
I can't say.
Tell me.
Wait, sorry. Give me a moment because I do not want to see that. I'm sorry.
Wait, who sent it to you? Oh my god, bitch.
Bitch, I was not expecting to see a nude of you.
Who sent it to you? Wait, tell me who sent it to you.
I'm sorry, I'm mortified. Go off. But I just was not expecting that. No, Jordy sent it to me.
Oh.
And he was like,
he
said, I fear I do.
Bitch.
He's being funny. But
oh my gosh.
No, bitch, that's why I don't have Twitter because I can't see stuff like that.
Bitch, that's why I'm like, that's how I felt when you were posting your little undies in your Snapchat.
Yeah, no, I get that, bitch, but you just posted a nude like that.
I don't care, bitch. The way that I see it's like I have to before someone else does it.
But who knows if someone else is gonna do that?
Confidence.
Wait, Oscar, that threw me off. I need to say something. Oh,
I feel like that's YOLO. You know?
No, guys, so basically when Oscar got here, he was like, should I post wait, what'd you say? He's like, should I post a thigh pic or a ball pic? And I'm like, what do you mean ball pic? He's like a picture of my balls. And I'm like, don't do that, bitch, not for free. He's like, no, but that's the way, like, I'm building an audience so that when I do release an Oath, like, more people buy it. I'm like, okay, I understand that. But at this rate, it's like, are you gonna be fucking on Oath? Because
well, probably, yeah.
But like, go off. But honestly, go off, like, there's nothing wrong with posting. People do that all the time. I posted thirst traps on Twitter before too. But damn, bitch, that's a lot. That's like fucking like $25 on Oath.
I know.
That's like a bundle right there.
But like, I'm not gonna get like any. Bitch, we're talking about my logistics right now. Bitch.
Yeah.
I have to like start off strong, and so far it's doing me justice. And my feet pics.
Bitch, wait, that really?
Wait, how many likes?
Ew, Jordy said like I'd gag on it. Ew, Jordy.
Ew, like, oh, bitch, hello?
I know.
Wait, can you see how many likes it has? Oh, okay. Okay, it's doing pretty good so far. Honestly, yeah, guys. I'm just...
Wait, don't think I'm saying ill about you. I'm just saying ill to him.
He hates. Pablo hates on my...
It got 168 likes. Is that a lot?
Huh?
Is that
how many views?
I can't look at it. I'm sorry.
Bitch.
2K. Oh my gosh. Oscar, you posted like your whole dick.
No, bitch, I covered some of it.
Some of it? Wait, let's talk about this, bitch. Like, what is going on? Are you in your like porn star era?
I just don't care anymore.
Like, I get that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I just I feel like let's normalize being confident with your own body. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know.
But it's also normalizing not posting it for free.
Yeah,
but
in
also
a way,
most of the people who make a lot of money are people who show like a lot of it on Twitter. But it's just like, I would say, I mean, I think it's it's cunt if you want to go fuck on Oath.
But it's also like I've seen a lot of the Twitter gays make a shit ton of fucking money.
I get that.
But like just based off like what like they post more than what I post. Like, you think that's a lot, bitch? You haven't seen the Twitter gays. Like,
no, I know, yeah.
They be posting their entire dick, like
that's crazy.
Videos,
I wonder why.
They're like still like 0.06% of like top creators on OnlyFans. So I really don't care, and I think it's just more so like, bitch, confidence is the key. Plus I'd rather like do it myself than people do it for me.
He said your friends do it for free. Because he always tells me to show something like that, and I like get too scared.
I'm in my like freedom era.
No, I get that, and I think also like with me, like I do want to also be a level of brand friendly, but I know that that's probably not wherever it is. Like I want to be like Harry Jowsey, like he was on Dancing with the Stars, like you know what I mean. But he still has Oath. But I don't know. I feel like if it works, it works. Just try to make some money off of it, because bitch, it's free. Pics.
Oh, bitch, this is where we're going. Yeah. This is just like a little temporary, like going up.
Okay, T.
Plus, Loki, I just feel like it's been confident. Like,
I can't believe I saw that live. That's gonna be such a funny clip of me seeing that.
It's like, oh my god,
that's so funny. No, that's the caption. Oh, wait, rating each other's dicks. Bitch. That's crazy.
Like at Coachella last year. Bitch, oh my god,
Coachella last year.
Yes.
What happened at Coachella?
Remember we were waiting at the bar in remember at Coachella last year?
You're saying we rated each other's?
No,
wait, what?
You showed me yours.
At a bar at Coachella?
No, yeah, we were waiting in the bar line. It was like, I think, who were we with? Oh, with Indy, yeah. You were like, you guys want to see my dick?
Did I really?
I was like, please.
Wait, was it like full?
Yes, bitch.
What the fuck? I feel like I don't even have one of those.
I was like, oh my god. I think it was like on your Snapchat, but I was like, wow, the narrative.
What the hell? Wait, now we're like, so we could actually name it rating. You should.
No. But now we can.
That's so funny. Okay, well that's T. Wait, let me look at my little list to see because there's definitely some things I wanted to bring up.
Spicy questions.
Oh yeah, bitch, we already got spicy. Like I don't know what happened.
Like we can't get too spicy after that.
What else is on here?
Oh,
I went. Oh yeah, P. Wait, I went to dance class the other day by myself to get back into it. Completely failed. So fucking awkward. Also, I didn't know, guys. I went to like a really famous choreographer, and when I went there, I realized he followed me on Instagram, and I was like, I followed him. I was like, wait, why did we follow each other? But I was like, oh, because I remember he followed me. He's really popular, so I was like, oh, this is super cool that he followed me. But it was really awkward, and I made a fool out of myself, and I couldn't remember the dance. So now every day I've been practicing by myself when Lewis goes to sleep, like in the mirror to like redeem myself and post it on Instagram and tag him and be like, I promise I can do it. Because he literally DM'd me after the dance class, and he's like, hey, like, sorry that you were struggling. Like, I know it was a hard dance. I'm like, I was fine. I was just fine. But yeah, so that was really awkward.
That scares me.
What else?
I went to dance class.
I've been going to therapy a lot. My therapist pissed me off because I missed one of my sessions and she charged me $300 and I almost fucking like ended it. But it's okay. What else? San Diego, I met a bunch of fans. I felt like fresh meat in San Diego. It was spooky. Oh my gosh, there was this one point in San Diego, bitch. It was so funny. So I was like walking out of this one club of San Diego and this boy comes up to me. He's like, Pablo, I love you so much. Like, you're so awesome. You're so cool. What are you doing in San Diego? I'm like, oh, yeah. He's like, oh my gosh, I love you so much. Like, my boyfriend is a huge fan of yours. He's like, my boyfriend is a huge fan of yours. He loves your videos. He watches you every single night. Pablo, like, I don't think you understand. He's such a big fan of yours. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, thank you. He's like, can you please meet him? Like, he's such a big fan. And I'm like, yeah, of course. Here I am thinking I'm about to meet a little twink. I'm about to meet a little Latino 98-pound boy with a mustache. Like, I'm about to meet a curly-headed, like, Latino boy. It is a fucking, like, 6'4", huge, big-ass man.
Like sumo wrestler?
Sumo wrestler-ass man, as he fucking should. But a big-ass man. Just like, oh, I love your content. And I was like, based the voice? Yeah. No, literally, like, he was so tall and so big. Like, literally really impressive. Now, I'm not even trying to say of a way like he was fat. He could be fat. There's no fucking problem. But it's like he was just big. Yeah. And I was not expecting that, you know, because someone's like, oh, he loves your videos, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and I look up, he's like, what's up? And I was like, oh, and he had like a big ass beard. And it was like the big ass beard man. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, my niche is diverse.
You're like, is my boy Virgo?
No, but he was so under there? No, yeah, I'm like, is there a boy Virgo necklace on that beard? No, but he was so nice, so amazing. 10 out of 10 experience. He invited us to brunch the next night. Like, so nice. I'm grateful that I met them. But I thought it was really funny. I did not expect that at all. Like, literally at all.
I need like a brunch narrative.
I know. I hit 20K on Instagram.
Oh my gosh. How do you feel?
Good. I'm like, yeah, I hit 20K literally yesterday and I'm at 20.3. So I feel like I'm gonna get 30K soon. And then it's crazy to think that like one day we'll have 100K. And 100K is actually like pretty legit. Like if you look at somebody with 100K, it's like, oh, they're famous. Like they have followers. Like they have clout.
Like I need to back away from your
like 100K is like a tenth of a million.
Alex Earl.
Like no, Alex Earl is like 4.3 million. But it's like I think I could get to a spot on Instagram where I have like a couple 100K. We'll see. But yeah, guys, literally. Future Pablo, I'm so proud of you. You have 20K now. You're going to have hundreds of K in the future. You are going to make it. Everything you have worked for is on. It's in line. It's happening. You are making your family proud. Aww. And yeah.
On my future Oscar, I hope you get millions of followers on your Twitter and you post less of your dick and
more wholesome content.
More wholesome content.
That's so funny.
Because right now we're being a little slutty.
Yeah, that's so funny. Okay, well, anyways, we had a lot to talk about. Oh, yes. Do you want to talk about the pee thing real quick? I just had a little. This is my last spicy question with a story.
Okay,
and then we can end the pod because we talked a lot. Are you pee shy?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I tell myself I'm not, because like most of the time I can't be. Like if I really need to be, bitch, I'll like whip it out and like.
Yeah.
But
I can't.
But like certain scenarios, like WeHo, when like everyone's looking at your dick and it's like, you know, like they're trying to grab it too.
Yeah.
I'm like, please.
I literally cannot. I am so pee shy, even if it's in the loudest or quietest situation. When I'm at the gym, I have to put on headphones fully blasting, even if there's nobody next to me. I have such an awful time peeing in front of people. And this is just one story I need to tell you because it's so fucking funny. But one time, and this happens a lot, but one time in college,
Dude, every time I sit like this, I look like so like.
No, we always end the podcast like this. But one time in college, I was walking through like the athletics hall to get to one of my classes, and I really needed to pee. So I went into one of the bathrooms in the basketball stadium or whatever it's called, basketball field. No, what is it called? Basketball court.
Like
something
basketball,
something balls. I don't know. So I go to the bathroom. I go pee. I'm like, there's nobody in here. Perfect. Right as I'm about to pee, I'm pulling down my zipper. I hear somebody walk into the bathroom, and it is the most popular, most attractive. I'm not saying I think they're attractive, but just to anybody in the school, that's what they would have been like the most popular, the most attractive, the tallest football player, like the bully, yeah, but like also like the one that everybody wants, like that type of vibe. I'm peeing and I hear somebody walking to the bathroom, and I'm not even peeing yet. I'm about to start peeing, and I turn and I see it's this person. Obviously, I'm nervous as like a sophomore in college because they're like a senior. I'm like awkward, but also I'm like I'm pee shy, and I'm fully standing in front of the urinal, so there's only one way this is gonna go. You know, nowhere. So he goes to the urinal right next to me, doesn't pay any mind to me, starts pulling down his thing, and at this point I realize this is about to get so awkward because I'm not gonna be able to pee. I'm not gonna be able to pee. I'm not gonna be able to. So immediately I hear this guy start peeing like shh, like releasing a free load, like peeing. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm trying to use his noise to kind of calm me down and try to get me to pee. I'm like, okay, he's peeing really hard. Like maybe I can pee. And I'm like trying really hard to push it out. But then he's like finishing up his pee. I'm like, Pablo, please start peeing before he stops. Because then I've been standing here since he walked in and I have not moved. And I'm the only one in this bathroom. And it's just so fucking awkward. So I'm like, please pee. He finishes peeing. I still can't pee. He knows I haven't peed yet. He fixes himself up to the point where he like his zipper gets stuck or something in his underwear and he's staying in the spot. I'm like, get out of this bathroom. At this point, I'm like, I already made myself feel awkward. He just has to get out. He goes into the fucking sink, starts washing his hands, taking his time, taking his selfie on the phone, whatever, yada, yada. I'm literally just standing there for maybe like 5 minutes in silence, staring at the urinal, like fucking mortified for my life. God. And then right when he leaves the bathroom, I start peeing. Just right as the door closes, the pee comes out, and I'm like, fucking not fucking today.
Not that fucking football player again.
No, literally. And it was so mortifying because I was literally standing there for 5 minutes like a fucking chicken with his head cut off. So mortified. I was so small, so twinky, like just standing there, like trying to pee.
Have you ever been to a swap meet?
Of course.
Bitch, when I used to go to swap meet, like
I was there on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bitch, I get so super, like, pee shy there because it's like all musty as fuck, and it's like these Latino men. They're like, "Hey, what's up? Hola, hijo." Yeah. When I was younger, I would like not pee, but I would like go with my dad and I'd be like trying to pee. I'm like, please.
Yeah. No, I wish I hated that's probably like trauma. Like that is definitely trauma. Like when I was younger, I could never pee next to somebody I knew.
Yeah.
I wonder.
It's scary.
I think I know why. Trauma. But yeah, that's
for another story.
That's for another story. Anyways, well, I'm glad we had to have our combos. Yes. I'm glad to have our podcast.
Wow.
I feel like we talked
about
our
mics are good.
I think they're definitely going to be really good. Yeah. I think you guys are going to be really happy with our microphones. If you guys are, please comment good stuff about our microphones. Let us know what you guys think about us podcasting. Let us know if you think we should have longer episodes, shorter episodes, because sometimes I think maybe we should just do hour-long episodes.
Yeah, or maybe shorter.
Sometimes we talk a lot. It's an hour and 26. I think people will listen. Yeah. So if you guys made it to here, like the video and comment
a clown emoji.
Comment a clown emoji for how stupid Oscar looked when he got mad at me for fucking a stripper. I'm kidding. No. Like, no. But
we got into another fight.
Wait, let's do a thumbnail because we never do thumbnails. Let's smile. We're so stupid. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Be So For Real podcast. I'm Pablo.
And I'm Oscar. And we'll see you on the next one.
I like saying bye, Pablo and Oscar. Okay, bye. Bye.